stream. All right, I'm just testing my mic. How's everybody doing? Welcome to today's live stream. It is Tuesday, right? It is. It's Tuesday. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing okay. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream, guys. It is still hot, as you can see, but thank you all for your recommendations yesterday. I have a fan that is directly blowing in my face. So I don't know if you can see my hair is kind of blowing in the wind. Right. Yeah, my hair is kind of blowing in the wind. So now I feel less hot. I'm not as sweaty today. Right. I didn't have to dip myself into a lake or something before the live stream. I didn't have to jump in the pool or anything. No, it's all good to go. I have extra waters as well so that I don't pass out because it's so hot in here. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I have a tiny little fan. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I would have to turn my camera that way and it's just going to ruin everything. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for the donations and thank you for helping me get a tiny little fan with some ice cubes in front of it. So it does help. It does help. It really does. I'm feeling fresh. So fresh and so clean, clean. Yeah, I'm feeling fresh. It's nice. It's called a comfort zone fan. It doesn't make noise, right? You guys can't hear it. It's silent, which is why I like it. It's because it's silent. It's not like I'm here like, hey guys, I'm here in the middle of a tornado. It's an EF twats, right? Thanks, V-Bug. It's an EF twats out here, right? I'm like, it's a live stream, but it looks like I'm reporting on the weather or something, right? I don't want it to be that way. So I hope it does sound okay. All right, guys, thank you so much. We are going to do something different today. As we know, we're always down the Chris Watts rabbit hole. But the one thing I wanted to go through today is just some more of the insanity that people do, right? There's a lot of research that goes into this case. And a lot of the research, when you're looking through, you're going through YouTube, you're finding different things, articles and newspapers and whatnot. You always come across some really interesting videos, and that is what I wanted to talk about today. I really wanted to go through and analyze the flawed analysis of a lot of people that blame victims. Okay, so as we know, a lot of when we talk about this case and we talk about victim blaming, it is hard. It's very hard for me. Oh, you can't hear. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm just sorry. I got distracted here. I just saw the chat. I'm like, I can't hear. I'm like, oh wait, you guys can't hear me? You can hear me. You just can't hear the fan. Okay, got it. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to really just see the very flawed logic in people, right? It's just so weird to me. But anyway, some of these videos I come across, I have to talk about because they're just so absolutely wild. And I just want to, in a way, kind of figure out why the hell people do this, right? What makes it so that someone feels so confident to post a video like these, right? Like the ones that we're about to watch. We're only going to watch one, I hope. But it just, it makes me think, what is going through these people's minds when they think it's okay to comb through a murdered woman's home videos and live streams and try and figure out the things that she did wrong? That to me, that psychology is just so fucking wild. So I've narrowed it down to two specific things, and there's no in between, in my opinion. One of them is you're either a very sad human being, right? You're very, very sad. You're very bored. And so you just have nothing better to do than to go through an innocent murder victim's videos and find flaws in her parenting. Or the other side is the people that find flaws in parenting and her parenting and criticize everything about her are probably just the most perfect specimens on the planet. I mean, if you have the audacity and the confidence to go online, make these videos, post them, and then comment ridiculous things on them, you must be the most spectacular human being on the planet. 100% A plus perfect, right? Just grade A, perfect specimen. And for that, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, right? Because I think that they should be the ones leading the world on how to be a parent, right? All of these people that have things to say, I really do wish that we can see their home videos as well, because I would really love to go and criticize every little thing that they do as well, right? These are the most ridiculous theories that a lot of these people come up with. And one of them is, as you saw in the title and the thumbnail, they criticize even her sleep schedules, right? She's putting, Bella and Cece on, sleep schedules, and even that is criticized. Oh my god, it's just so horrible. Ugh. And so, yeah, I wanna talk about it, okay? I do. I wanna talk about it. It's so crazy. And it makes me so how do I put it? It, like I don't even know if I should laugh or cry when I see these things, or if I should just be angry or annoyed. It's a whole combination of different emotions that I go through because a lot of it is frustration. I think I'm just frustrated because I just can't believe that people think this way. To me, it's just so hard for me to understand. I'm like, "Are you okay? Yeah, did you get dropped as a baby? Like, do you have health issues? Like, what's going on?" Right? Like, there must be something up because when you have a man who murdered his entire family, his pregnant wife, his unborn son, his 2 daughters, and then he put his daughters in oil tanks, but you don't think that's bad. What you wanna focus is not on the perpetrator himself, you wanna focus on what the mom was doing in life. Oh my god, she's putting her girls to bed at 6:30? Ugh. I mean, yeah, putting your kids in oil tanks is bad, but oh my god. 6:30 sleepy time? That is something we need to discuss, right? That is where I just I don't know, I just kind of lose it. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So that is why I just wanted to watch one of these videos. This one is 14 minutes long. There's a lot of their own analysis in this, and I just want to see what you guys think. Now, before we get into it, I will say I have a lot of experience as a person, right? As a child, someone who actually came from abusive household. For many of you, many of you who've been following me, you guys know that I grew up in a very abusive household. You probably don't know the extent of it, but you were about to. Um, my parents, if I'm being completely honest with you all, my parents should have never been parents. Okay. Both my parents were not in any way, shape, or form ready to be parents. They were not ready in any way to bring any children into this world, let alone try and raise them. And so, especially my mother, because she has still to this day has some very severe mental health issues. Um, she's probably bipolar. We don't really know yet because she never got herself tested. Even though it is one of my conditions if she wants to keep talking to her eldest daughter, the condition that I gave her was, "Hey, if you wanna have a relationship with me, you're gonna have to go get checked. Like, you're gonna have to get some therapy, possibly some medication because you're not okay. You're very manipulative, very controlling, narcissistic, and you're just very cruel and abusive and violent." And so because of that, those are the conditions that I set on my mom if she wants to continue to have a relationship with me. That was 2 years ago. All right. And to this day, I have not yet talked to my mom. She does not think there's anything wrong with her. It is all my fault, apparently. I'm the selfish one. I'm the one who, oh my God, I can't believe you don't let me abuse you anymore. Oh, you're so mean to me. How dare you set boundaries with me? I'm your mother, right? That kind of shit. But anyway, I grew up in a very abusive relationship or, household with my mom. When it comes to abuse, especially this type, I tend to view them in terms of, different types of severity. Like, of course, there are many, many forms of childhood abuse. There's physical, mental, all kinds, all kinds. And when I see my own childhood, I suffered from all of them except for sexual abuse. But I definitely went through emotional, mental, physical abuse from my mom. And my first experience. So my first memory of the biggest beating was when I was 5. So yeah. So my biggest memory of getting beat was when I was 5 years old. And what happened was, I was a 5-year-old child, right? I'm a kid. And I wanted to go, we lived in apartments at the time. I live, with my parents. I lived in the second floor. And I got a new bike that year. I think it was for my birthday or something. And I really wanted to ride the bike. And my mom, being as unstable as she was, she couldn't deal with whatever she was going on, probably postpartum, who really knows? But she just was fucking crazy. And she's like, no, if you're going to go play, right? If you want to go ride your bike, you're only going to ride your bike, but you're not going to play with the older kids. There were older kids playing at the bottom, right? And what they were doing was they were jumping on a thing and then kind of trying to climb up and hang, right? So they were kind of jumping, they were hanging and then doing some fun stuff that I thought was fun. I'm like, I want to do that. But I didn't tell my mom that that's what I want to do. I told her I want to ride my bike. So she's like, "Okay, I'll let you ride your bike, but don't go play with the kids." And I did exactly that, right? As a 5-year-old. As a 5-year-old, I'm like, "Okay, sure." So then my dad brought the bike downstairs. I'm kind of riding it, right? My mom's kind of looking. She's like, "Okay, you better not get hurt." I'm like, "No, I'm riding my bike." I don't know, a few minutes pass. I'm watching the kids having fun, right? They're all older than me. And I'm like, I want to try that. That looks fun. So then I hop on this. It's like they had like, I don't know, at the time it was this yellow box looking thing, or like a bucket, right? Where you used to put recyclables in there. They had flipped it over and then they stand on top and then jump to hang on to where you hang your clothing, your laundry. And I wanted to do that. Unfortunately, I was 5, so I was way too short, and the bigger kid had just gone before me, who was probably like 12 or 13, who knows, but he was really tall. Anyway, I didn't realize that I'm way too short, and if I jump, I'm not gonna reach. I'm not gonna reach the thing that I'm trying to hold on to and swing from. It was too late. I jumped, I missed it, and I fell and I broke my elbow, my left elbow. I was 5 years old. Guess what I remember more than the pain of the elbow? My mom beating the shit out of me. My mom beat the shit out of me. As soon as that happened, she went upstairs, or I went upstairs, because my dad ran down and he's like, "Oh my God, what happened to my daughter?" He picks me up, he brings me back upstairs, and my mom's like, "What the fuck happened?" And my dad's like, "I don't know. I think she broke her elbow, though. We have to take her to the hospital." At that moment, the only thing I remember is rage from my mom. I remember the beating way more than I remember my broken elbow. I don't even remember the pain of the broken elbow. What I remember is the fear that I felt because my mother was brutalizing the fuck out of me because I was a child who didn't listen and I broke my elbow. So, that was the very first memory that I have of my beatings, and they just continued from then on, as you can imagine, right? When you're a child and you're 5 and you break your elbow, the one thing that you want is your parent to be there to comfort you, to console you, to give you love, to tell you everything's gonna be okay, to take you to the hospital. Instead, I got the opposite, right? Instead, I got an unstable mother who couldn't handle being a mom, who beat the shit out of me because I didn't listen. I mean, that would be similar to me brutalizing my cat just because I told her, "Hey, you can't go outside to eat your catnip." And then I let her go outside. She eats catnip and she gets sick. And then it's her fault somehow, even though she's a cat and she doesn't know any better. So, when I think about those things, I'm like, like, what was wrong with her? Right. The thing is, my mom hasn't changed. If anything, she got worse over the years. She became more brutal, more violent. And then she started stonewalling. So there's a lot of things, throughout the years, if there were things that her kids did that she didn't like, she would just ignore us for days on end. She would ignore us. She would pretend like we didn't even exist. That type of abuse, if anything, was more brutal to me, to my psyche at least. The trauma that I feel now, that I've been doing therapy now for God, how many years now? 6 years, going on 7. Uh, the trauma that I feel now is it's not really related to the beatings as much as the psychological trauma from my mom. It was the emotional and psychological abuse. It was a lot of the manipulation and the control tactics that my mom used against us. It was always me, me, me for her. Um, like I said, she's very narcissistic, so everything revolves around her. Even now, as an adult, I had to set boundaries with her about 2 years ago because, as an example, right? Again, this is a mom, let me just tell you the type of boundaries that I had to set with her, I had to set them because even as an adult who doesn't live anywhere near them, I still have to protect my own mental health. For example, right? As a daughter coming from an abused household, Mother's Day and Father's Day has always been really hard for me, right? Because when it comes to Mother's Day, children feel almost an obligation to say happy Mother's Day to their moms, even if their moms were terrible. And we also feel an obligation of saying happy Father's Day to our dads, even if our dads were terrible or passive, like my dad I should say, he still is. Um, and so for many years, every time around Mother's Day, Father's Day, and their birthdays, which are both surprisingly enough, both of their birthdays are also in the same months as Mother's Day. So my mom's birthday is also in May and my dad's birthday is also in June. So I have to call them twice in the month. I always felt so much anxiety knowing that the day is coming and I felt obligated to call these people to tell them happy whatever's day, knowing that they were just terrible parents. My mom with how shitty she is, why should I even say Mother's Day to you, right? It's like, why should I call her and say Happy Mother's Day when she brutalized me my whole life? And with my dad, why should I call him and say Happy Father's Day when he was the only adult in the house that had he had the opportunity, he had the control, he was able to take his children out of such an abusive household and take them away from the perpetrator that was my mother, and he didn't, right? Because he's a fucking coward. Very similar to Chris Watts, my dad. Just very cowardly, very cowardly. So rather than doing that, he just kind of he used us as shields, right? Just to be as completely, as honest as possible. He used us as shields. I mean, he has admitted it to me that he would rather my mom brutalize his kids so that she wouldn't turn her rage and her anger on him. So we were kind of like pawns. So in a way, I think my dad was very happy when we were born because that means that he didn't have to get brutalized anymore. It was all up to us now. So for many years, up until 2 years ago, I felt so much anxiety calling them. So I didn't, right? For the first time in 30 something years, I can't remember, it was June of 2024, I believe, 25. I didn't call them for the first time. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to call them. I think it's better for my mental health if I just don't call because I felt the anxiety. The sweat, right? My hands were clammy. My heart rate increases. I feel sick. I feel frustrated. I feel like I want to cry when I call them. So then I didn't. I didn't call my mom. Time passed, right? This was May. June rolls around. I didn't call my dad, right? So in typical narcissistic parent manner, rather than call me and ask me, hey, like, what's going on? Are you okay? They employ my sister. Oh my God. Their strategy works every single time. I will give it to my parents. They're so smart. They're like, oh, if my daughter doesn't want to call me or talk to me, let's get her sister to call, right? Because they know I'm the eldest of three, and I love my siblings to death, even though they're not all that supportive at times. I still love them to death, and I would still do anything for them. So they employ my sister because they know that she can pull at my heartstrings. My sister is another one, very similar to my mom. My sister only contacts me when she wants something from me. And she'll text me usually because she doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't want to actually spend the time and the effort to call her older sister and be like, hey, sis, how's it going? I haven't talked to you in fucking 5 years. How are you? No. So she'll text me and she'll be like, hey, big sis, what's the password to Netflix? What's the password to HBO? Hey, big sis, do you have the password to Paramount? Right? That's what she called, or that's what she texted me for. So on this day, it was in June. I didn't call my dad and I hadn't called my mom. They employed my sister. My sister calls me. And so, of course, when I see a phone call from my sister, I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, right? Because she never fucking calls me. So I was like, oh, let me answer this. I thought, when I get a call from my sister, I think many things. One of them, something happened to someone, right? Oh my God, someone went through some emergency or something. The other thing is, oh, maybe for the first time ever, she actually wants to ask me how I'm doing. Yeah, the likelihood of that happening, though, very, very low. And the other one, this is the third one, and this is the one I've actually always hoped for is, oh, my sister is calling me because she wants to visit me, right? I'm not holding on to hope yet, right? It's been 6 years and she hasn't visited me yet. But anyway. Okay, so those are the three reasons that I think right off the bat my sister's calling me. So I answer the phone and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. "Well, why? What's going on?" And she's like, well, my parents are about to call the police and they're about to send wellness check to your house. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Why? And she's like, well, they're worried about you. They think that something happened to you. And I'm like, interesting. Why are they calling the police and sending a wellness check to my house now? My sister tells me, well, you haven't called them. And it was Mother's Day and it was Father's Day. At that moment, I said, you know what? Don't fucking call me again for this, please. Okay. Thank you. I hope you have a good day, though. I hope you've been not doing all right. Anyway, let me just call them back later, right? So I hung up, asked her, please don't call me. And then I start to think about it, right? I'm like, okay, so my parents, they really only care if I'm alive if I don't call them in May or June. But after June, all the way, a whole year rolls by, right? After June, July goes by, September, December rolls by, January, February, March, April, even. A whole year can roll by. Never once do they call to ask me if I'm okay. Not once do they ask or, try to call me, I don't answer, and then they try to send wellness check. No, they only do it when I don't call them for Father's Day or Mother's Day. Very entitled, narcissistic type of behavior. This is the kind of shit that I just can't stand. Okay. I just can't stand it. And this is why I think I say that I'm very jaded because both of my parents are narcissists, but very different type of narcissists. My dad is more of the, what is it, a covert narcissist. My mom is more of an overt narcissist, but both very narcissistic at heart, right? Neither of them made good parents and they should have never been parents. So when I think about those types of parents and I hear about it in my own friends group and I grew up around it, and I see it in the research that I do, and I've seen it in the research that I did as a college student. This type of parenting is very common. Okay, it's very common to have shitty parents that treat you like shit, that are narcissistic, that don't really care about you, and that only have children for their own benefit. For my dad, his idea of being a parent was, well, I want to have kids because I want my kids to take care of me when I'm old. Very narcissistic, right? So, your idea of being a parent is to bring a child into this cruel world of tax paying and death, right? Those are the only two things that are 100% guaranteed in this world is taxes and death. So I think of it. I'm like, okay, so you go through the effort of making children and bringing them to this earth so that we can pay taxes and then die, so that we can also take care of you when you're old. And on top of that, you want to treat us like shit? Good luck with that, right? It's just like, what is wrong with you? Like, what kind of thought process is that? How am I in any way obligated to take care of you when you're old, especially when you didn't do anything for me when I was a child? I had to talk to my dad about this and I had to make him understand how fucked up it is, right? I told him, as a child, when I was 5, I wasn't old enough to find a job. I wasn't old enough to pay my own bills and find my own roof and feed myself. That is why children depend on their parents for that. That is why when a parent has children, the parent is obligated to take care of this child at least until the age of 18. There are laws for this, okay? Laws that force parents to take care of their children, they have an obligation to until they're at least 18. And when I told my dad this, and I told him, you're literally just doing the bare minimum. You're doing what is already required of you, and that's just to not murder your children. Don't starve them to death. Take them to school. Take them to the hospital, the doctor to get checked. Those are just the very basic things that you do as a parent. And so, when I think about all of this and my own experience and the experience of many, many others like me, and then I see Shan'ann, I wonder, are a lot of the people that criticize Shan'ann, are they just so absolutely fortunate to not have parents like me? Are they living under bubbles where they don't know what it's like to be abused by a parent? Do they consider every little thing abuse just because it's not absolutely just love bombing your child constantly, which I would argue, and many researchers do argue, that love bombing your children is also not good, right? It's children are impressionable. The way that you raised your child is, I mean, it's gonna leave a huge impression on their life, right? So even if you love bomb your child, that's not good, right? So there has to be, right, there has to be some kind of um, compromise here, right? Where you can definitely set schedules, put them on a schedule so that they can understand, oh, this is a schedule, but then also give them the love that they deserve and that they need, right? Because children deserve love. They deserve respect. Children are not respected or loved or protected in our society as much as we claim that we want them to be protected. We need to do way more. We don't do enough to protect children, not even close. Not even close. CPS? CPS is completely understaffed. We don't even have all of the resources. The resources that we have as taxpayers, they don't go to that. They go to other things, right? And so, full circle, let's bring it back. I'm using my own experience as a child, my own abuse as a child, to analyze this. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that just because people aren't brutalized, that doesn't mean that they are not abused, right? I already explained that there are so many different types of abuse. However, Shan'ann displays zero. Zero. I have not, in any of the videos that I have seen from Shan'ann, I have not seen a single video where she is physically, mentally, emotionally, or the other one, abusive. Not a single one. And this is where I kind of want to really just like talk about this, right? Because my perspective is very jaded, right? I think I've said that already many times. My perspective coming from someone who was brutalized, my perspective is going to be different. And so, I want to be able to analyze this with an open perspective. However, knowing that Shan'ann and the things that she's doing are very highly scrutinized for absolutely no reason. Because again, at the end of the day, she is the victim. The man who murdered her not because of her parenting skills, but because he was wanting to be with another woman. He murdered his family because he wanted to be with Nicole Kessinger. He wanted a new life. He was lusting after this woman. That's why he murdered them. And so there is no reason, not at all, not a single reason to be criticizing and analyzing all of Shanann's videos because none of her parenting skills led to her murder. There is nothing in the evidence that connects her parenting style to Chris murdering her. There is no correlation, not even close. And so because of that, I want to go ahead and watch this video knowing that, right, you guys know that my perspective when it comes to abuse is very much the definition of severe child abuse, right? The type of definition that you would need to call CPS for. The type of abuse that you would need to get your kids out of that house because they're in severe danger. That is the kind of abuse that I have sustained, and that's the kind of abuse that I have experience with. And so when I see other little things and people call those little things abuse, to me it seems absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And so because of that, let's go ahead and analyze this video. Thank you guys so much for listening to that speech of mine. I know we're so used to just, watching videos and then getting into it and stuff, but some of these videos they deserve or not these videos, right? Some of these topics deserve a little more attention than just a video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. This video, it starts with the Watts children's schedules were called strictly regimented when referenced. And there's music in the beginning, so I'm not even going to play it because the music might be copyright. It's unfair to mourn Celeste and Bella with a story in our minds that doesn't reflect their real struggles, says this person. Oh my God. Again, right? I'm already coming in it with a cynical mindset, right? Cynical, skeptical, because when I see they don't reflect their real struggles, I take struggles and I take this word very seriously. Very, very seriously. As a 5-year-old who got her ass beat for breaking her elbow, I hear of struggles and I take it to heart. Mm. They were in darkened oh my fucking God. All right, look. They were in darkened rooms for more than 3 hours daily and returned at 6:30 with few exceptions. They were put to bed at 6:30 in darkened rooms. Oh my God. The humanity. The horror. Isn't this so awful, guys? Going to bed at 6? What I would give to be able to go to bed at 6 as an adult, don't we all? How many of you guys would love to go to bed at 6:30 as an adult? Shit, I would. I'm lucky if I go to bed at 10 or 11. There are days like last night, for example, I went to bed at 3 in the freaking morning. I couldn't sleep. I was just rolling around doing research from my phone as I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, oh God, because this is what happens to me. I go to bed and then I start to think back and I'm like sleeping. I'm like, why did Nicole Kessinger do that? That's literally me. Okay. I wake up from my sleep and I go, is that really what she meant? And then I go through my videos and I roll it back and then I try and figure out what did Nicole Kessinger really mean? That is most of my days. I am so just crazy over the case that I can't even sleep. Okay, I can't even sleep. But anyway, yeah, I would give anything to be able to sleep at 6:30. Oh, but as a child, oh my God. Ugh. Children should not be going to sleep at 6:30. They're too young. Don't you know? Their cells are still very, very young. They can go on for hours and hours on end awake. No, no, they can't. Oh my goodness. Rox, you should look into the amount of so-called medical. Oh, goodness, Snow Bunny. Britt, I love that we're going through comments out loud and making them sound as ridiculous as they are written. Stop judging her parent. Yeah, exactly. Through her short videos. Exactly, Britt. And see, the thing is that if people have submitted requests for me to do that. They're like, hey, Rox, I love your work. You're so what did they tell me? I've read so many different things. They're like, you're so insightful, or they'll say things like, oh, you like catch the little things, but I would love for you to first go through her videos. Go ahead and judge her parenting style first, and then come back to the evidence, and you'll see the truth. Right? So they want me to do it backwards. Aren't we so glad that police don't work backwards? Aren't we so glad that police, they look at evidence first and not try to judge a person by their parenting style? If that were the case, every single parent on earth would be in prison, because there isn't a single parent that is perfect. Neither one of the people that either made the video or commented in the video are perfect people. And I'm willing to bet that if we were to take any one of their home videos, like from a Ring app or a Vivint, we would see that they're not perfect. But they claim that they are. Let's go ahead and continue with this. The girls were never allowed to sit in silence due to the white noise, sometimes referred to as rain machines, which were always turned on upon entering the room. The horror. Imagine being in a room where you just hear rain all the time. Wouldn't you rather just sit in silence as a child? Imagine you're 5 years old or something, and your mom tells you, go to bed, and you sit there in the silence. I'd rather have rain machines on. I have rain machines on now. Most of you love the ASMR, don't you? Horrors, Josie, a rain machine. See, this is what we're talking about, guys. Why are we spending all of our waking hours looking into Chris and how he put his girls into oil tanks? Guys, there's worse shit than that. Rain machines. Oh my God, the horror. It is just so despicable. Having a rain machine in the room, my goodness. Please just give me all the silence. I want the silence so that my brain can just go round and round and round in circles until I drive myself crazy. This is why, as adults, we need white noise, don't we? I can't go to sleep unless my TV is on, and it has to be true crime. I only go to sleep if I'm, my favorite, one of my favorite content creators of all time, you guys will know, is Annie Elise. I love Annie Elise. So I go to bed, I go to sleep to Annie Elise, and if it's not Annie Elise, I also go to I go to sleep to Crime Talk. And if it's not Crime Talk, then I go to sleep to any other true crime channel. Like, it has to be true crime though. But yeah, I need the white noise. I can't sleep in silence. My brain is constantly going, I can't turn it off. And if I can't turn it off, I can't go to sleep. But these people are saying, oh my God, the rain machines, worse. This is worse than anything Chris Watts had done. People are so insane. How do you justify this? I mean, what's the logic behind this? Because I don't get it. Oh my God, look at this. Many of the pictures admired of them all dressed for the occasion were taken just prior to bedtime. And they put bedtime in quotations. You see that? But don't just take my word for it. Okay, let's go ahead and see it then. Let's see the evidence. Oh my God, guys, close your eyes. A rain machine? Look at this. Because they would assume Shan'ann would never cuddle her girls or anything motherly when it came to their sleep schedule, with the pictures obviously show that's not the case. My mom never cuddled me on my way to bed, and the opposite. She's like, "Go to bed." I laugh now. It's not funny though. It's not funny. But for many years, I think up until 2020, to be completely honest with you all, up until 20 fucking 20 during COVID, I thought that my parents' parenting was absolutely normal. In fact, I took pride at being raised in an abusive household. Isn't that fucking crazy? How many of you guys can relate? Did any of you guys think that being raised in an abusive household was normal? Because for me, it was. I thought it was normal for many years, like I said, up until 2020, when I had the time to finally stop the rat race, right? There was no work, things had shut down. And so finally, I had the time to reflect, I had the time to think. And it was one day when I was sitting in the tub. I was just, dipping myself. I'm like, oh, let me get myself in this tub, put some little bubble bath. And I start reflecting back on my childhood and my mom, and I think, that shit ain't normal. No wonder I'm so messed up, right? And I start to think about it. I'm like, there's no way that the way that my mom raised us and the way that my dad was so passive is normal. And then I realized I need to go to therapy because I realized that there's so much trauma that I had never talked about, that I had never really fully processed as trauma because I thought it was normal, and it's not. It's not normal. But to me, it was normal. So, yeah, for many, many, many years, I took pride in getting beaten. I used to use it as the reason why I was so successful in the military, right? When I went to boot camp, it was so easy for me because I told myself, all the drill instructor has to do is yell at me. It's not like she can put her hands on me like my mom did. It's not like this lady gave birth to me. So anything that this lady, my drill instructor, says to me, I won't take to heart because she doesn't even know me, right? So to me, I took huge pride in saying, boot camp is going to be easy for me because my mom brutalized me and she's my mom. She gave birth to me. She held me in that womb for 9 months. And then she went through the pain of pushing me out of her hoo-ha. And she still hates me. So to me, boot camp was so easy. It was water off a duck's back. It was so easy. I easily just breezed right through it. And so I took pride of it. Yeah, I really, really did. So when I see this and I see, oh, Shan'ann never could cuddle her girls or anything motherly, what is this? What is the expectation that mothers need to be constantly cuddling their children? Where's dad at? Is it really just all up to the mom? Is it just the mom's job to cuddle their children constantly? Anders, I never had a sergeant. Yeah. You're lucky. You're lucky. I had many. I had 4 drill instructors in the Marine Corps, and I had 3 company commanders in the Coast Guard. I went to boot camp twice. Linda, Sherry, I totally get you. I get you, girl. I was married to an abusive husband, and I didn't realize it until he asked for a divorce. I found out during therapy. See, this is what's crazy, is that a lot of our trauma is delayed because we don't process it as trauma. I think that many of us process this trauma and we normalize it. And I think that part of the psychology and the reason that we normalize this abuse and this trauma is because it's easier for us to get by in life. We have to normalize the trauma. Otherwise, we would freeze. I think that had I not normalized it, I would not have been able to do anything with my life. If I had internalized it and really taken it as abuse, I wouldn't have never been able to accomplish anything that I accomplished in my life because I would just be frozen in fear. I would be frozen, not really knowing what to do, fearing everything and everybody. So I don't know. We have to normalize it to survive. Yeah, Wingsby. Yeah, exactly. We have to. Oh my God. I'm saying things out loud and then I'm seeing it in the chat too. That's so, it is, yeah, you guys are reading my mind. Yeah, we have to normalize these things to survive. And so because we normalize them, I think that in our psychology, we do that to protect ourselves. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to function. And so the trauma that we process is delayed. It takes many, many years to realize that what you were living is not normal and it's not right. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and continue. This is, oh God, okay, it's already getting on my nerves. Okay. So here, the expectation is that because Shan'ann is a woman and she's the mother, it is her job to do motherly things like cuddle them before bed. How is this an expectation? Why is that an expectation? That is so strange to me. Okay. I think at this point, we can go ahead and start listening to audio because it is Shan'ann speaking.
They're sleep trained, so you just put them in their room and they're
All right, hang on. I'm just going to put up the volume a little bit so you guys can hear it more.
they're done. So
Okay, there we go. All right. This says, Babywise books have been sold under varying versions and titles. Interpretation is important. They're talking about baby wise here, and I'm like, what the hell is this baby wise thing that people keep coming up or bringing up, right? Because, again, I'm doing research, and I'm doing research based on everything on the case. So I looked it up. And baby wise is actually something that was, you know, men came up with it, right? So it was co-authored by Gary and Robert. Okay, so this is an idea where you have, it's good to put children on a routine or something like that. But of course, a lot of experts and researchers caution on, this. And so it says it down here. The American Academy of Pediatrics has previously expressed caution regarding the rigid application of scheduled feeding in newborns. Right, it makes a lot of sense, right? When you're feeding a newborn, right? I'm not a mother, but I know how to read and I'm a woman and I have many friends who are moms and I've had to help. There's a lot of things. But anyway, you guys let me know, right? The moms in the chat. When you're breastfeeding your child, I definitely understand. I mean, your child is different. Every child is different. Putting them on a schedule when you're feeding a newborn, I understand why there will be caution around it, especially because of this part here, because it says dehydration, right? And so, of course, as a parent, it is your responsibility to know your child, know when they need to eat, when to put them on a schedule, stuff like that. But that is the discretion of every single parent. There isn't this universal rule of how women need to parent their children. And there isn't a universal rule for men and how they need to parent their children. But I think that we are conditioned from a very early age that women are caregivers and men are providers. And so, because of that, all of the responsibility of caregiving falls on the woman. None of it falls on the man. Zero, none of it, because he's the provider. And so, because he's a man and he's a provider, he also needs to not show any emotion. Right. So, then all of the emotion and all of um, the emotional aspect of raising your child in our society, it falls on the responsibility of the woman because the simple fact that we're women, right? We're just women. So that's what they're talking about. They're talking about baby wise books. And this is what they're going to criticize Shan'ann on because she was listening or at least, following the principles of books that were written by pediatricians that were men. All right, let's continue. Oh my goodness, it's just so insane.
Lori, they're in bed. It don't take me long. They're sleep trained, so I literally just pop them in bed and they're good to go. I don't rock them, don't cradle them. Put them in bed and they're done. The hardest part is changing Cece's diaper. She squirms. Luckily, Bella's potty trained, so we don't have to worry about her anymore. So since you guys aren't going to help me, I'm going to do a pure. Super fast, Lori. Baby Wise was the best thing I could have ever done for my kids. My friend told me about the book Baby Wise, and I tell you, it's a blessing in disguise because my kids are sleep trained. They have an eating schedule. They have a food schedule. Truly, truly, it's been a blessing. So.
Yep, we're just women, no biggie. And the baby wise thing is old school. It is. It is. It really is. I mean, yeah, when you look at it, I mean, when did this when was this established? It's so old. It's definitely an older principle. Eric, I wasn't there wasn't much cuddling when I was young, more of having set times, order and structure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Eric, yeah, same, right? I wasn't cuddled, but I knew I had to go to bed before 8 p.m. and I could not be up because it was trouble. Okay, so here it's saying, and with that, guys, we end the mystery of what baby wise means to Shan'ann. Huh? She talked about baby wise for like 3 seconds. Shanann said, yeah, I am able to put my girls to bed. I don't have to cuddle them. I don't have to really do much. They know that they're already supposed to go to bed. This is what they're criticizing her on. That she doesn't cuddle them before she puts them to bed. Oh my God, the horror. Guys, the horror. She doesn't cuddle them. Oh, fuck. Evil.
And this Redditor asked the question we all wanted to know: how the hell did they land on 6:30?
That's the question everyone wants answers to. No one wants to know why Chris murdered his family, or why did Nicole Kessinger push him to do it, or why did Chris decide to dispose of his family at Survey 319. No, that's not the question these people are worried about. They want to know, how the hell did we end up at 6:30 bedtime? That is so cruel, guys. Are these people okay? 6:30? That's what you want to talk about? How did we end up at 6:30 p.m.? You guys, I spend hours, okay, hours. I'm sure Boops knows because Boops spends a lot of hours with me doing the same thing. We spend hours doing research. And I'm not doing research on how the hell they ended up at 6:30. I'm doing research on the things that matter. All right, here are the things that matter, guys. The evidence, okay? The discovery. People versus Watts. The documentations that came from Weld County, CBI, and the FBI. That is what we are investigating here because that is what gets us justice, right? And so when I investigate things, I don't investigate them based on what the mother or what time the mother was putting her kids to bed. No. I'm doing research based on why the hell did this man murder his 3-year-old and stuff her into a fucking oil tank? That's what I want to know. I want to know what kind of despicable, vile monster is able to snuff the lives out of his 2 girls, climb up these damn tanks, open the hatches, and put them in there, and hear them hit the bottom, and then walk away as if nothing happened. That's what I want to know. These people don't want to know that shit. They're like, I don't even care. Yeah, what Chris did is awful, I guess. But you know what's worse? Putting your kids to bed at 6:30. So that's what they want to do now. Okay, so they want these people are so crazy. These people want to know, how did we end up at 6:30? This is so cruel. Okay, let's go ahead and figure it out, guys. Do you guys know why we ended up at 6:30? Why? Do we know? Oh, man. Brit. Yeah, Brit, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't have kids either, but I will definitely judge people who judge moms. Yeah, I mean, that's me, right? I don't have kids. The thing is, I can't stand hypocrites. I just can't stand people who blame murdered victims. I just can't. And I especially can't stand it when it's women, right? When the female or when the victim is a woman and the reason for her murder is scrutinized not because of what the perpetrator did, but because of what she did or didn't do, right? I've mentioned this in the past. It can be a woman who was running, jogging down the street and gets attacked by a guy behind a bush. The question isn't why the guy was hiding behind the bush. The question becomes, why was she out at that time in the first place? Why were you running at 8:30 at night? Don't you know you're going to get assaulted? It's your fault. You shouldn't have been running out at 8:30 p.m. What were you wearing? Those are the things that I just can't stand. And if you're going to blame a victim, you better be the most perfect human being that has ever existed, and I want to see proof. Please send me proof. Every single person on this video, if they're watching this, and if you've commented on this exact video, send me proof of how perfect you are as a parent. I'm not perfect. I'm not a parent. The thing is, I will defend Shan'ann until I'm blue in the face. I don't care. I don't have to be a parent to defend moms. Moms that are good, right? Obviously, right? I'm also a child, though I was a child. I'm a daughter, and I have experienced abuse and trauma from my own parent, right? So I think that I mean, somebody's got to do the defending, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Patience with toddlers. My kids are in bed. They went to bed almost an hour ago. They're in bed by 6:30, 6:45 at night. And then that's our time to have adult time. Before it was, they had to go to bed at 6:30. The reason why the whole 6:30 started was because I needed bed, and so did he. But now we've turned it into, I do a couple things that I need to get done. Chris takes care of whatever he needs to get done. And then we have our time to enjoy each other, watch TV or whatever it is that we decide to do, play games or Uno or whatever. It's quality time for me and him, because you need that in a relationship. When you have kids, it's always about the kids, and we often forget about ourselves and our significant other. So I think it's very important and very vital that you spend that time with each other, and we definitely get to do that now, and awake. We're not sleeping, or me listening to him snore, or vice versa. So it's been a blessing with that.
Okay, here we go.
Seriously, I gotta be quiet because.
All right, here we're about to see the analysis. Okay. They're already, have you noticed, they're already hinting at certain things. They're like, how did they arrive at 6:30? That's too early. Well, it's because Shan'ann and Potato Head wanted to spend quality time together. Shan'ann was doing everything in her power to not only raise her kids, spend quality time with her children, but she was also trying to spend quality time with the Potato Head, right? She really was. She was trying to find some quality time with him. And so they agreed at 6:30, all right? I am not a parent. I am not about to judge them on how they choose to raise their kids. I will judge if they're abusive, like my mom. My mom needed CPS called on her ass. My dad should have taken us out of that household. This is not that at all. Putting your kids to bed at 6:30 is not abuse. Somebody, please convince me of this. It's someone, I don't know, someone, I mean, you're going to have to do a lot of convincing to try and convince me that putting your child to bed at 6:30 is equivalent to abuse that needs to be looked into by CPS. See, the thing is, that when you look at the things that Chris Watts did, those actions are straight out of a horror movie. There has never been a horror movie, not that I've ever seen, of a woman who works for an MLM who puts her kids to bed at 6:30 p.m. I've never seen a horror movie like that. Oh my God. Is it by Blumhouse? Who is it by? Who's going to make this horror movie? This summer, the scariest, most horror movie of all time. A mother puts her babies to bed at 6:30 p.m. What about what Chris did? That shit is straight out of a horror movie. He is the boogeyman, not her. What, for putting her for putting her kids to bed at 6:30. How ridiculous.
The kids are in bed. They went to bed at 6:30. I'm going to get these kiddos to bed because obviously they're not thriving.
Right. Yeah, it's a Blumhouse drop. Boom. Is 6:30 too early? Ding-ding. Some people think it is. And then you hear the rain machines. This Halloween, you're going to be terrified by 6:30 p.m. in theaters now. Is it going to be some kind of collaboration? Is it like Saw, right? Saw and Sinister mix combined. Oh my God, 6:30 p.m. Come on. What kind of horror movie is this? This is a joke. This would be a satire, right? If I would be making a horror movie, that's the kind of a horror movie I'd be making. It would be satire. Oh my God. What a nightmare. So absolutely dumb. Anyway, yeah, they took naps. Exactly, Josie. They were taking naps. They took naps. I know, Josie. Oh my God. The cruelty of naps. Ugh. See, that is a scary thing. If you're going to be making a horror movie, make sure that you include that giggle and then Nicole Cassinger's giggle. I'm just calling to say hello. Call me back. Me. That is all horror. 6:30 p.m. is not horror.
They ran out of Thrive K. So
Oh my God. Did you all see that? Oh my goodness. It says, look,
so I got to get these kiddos to bed, and I'm going to finish my...
Oh, look at that.
They ran
Kiddos. You guys have been saying this so many times that we do Nicole Kassinger. Notice that Nicole Kassinger says kiddos, and you've said that it's because Shan'ann calls her kids kiddos. Do we think that? Here, let's go ahead and do a poll. Do we want to do a poll? Let's do a poll. Okay. Do we think that NK referred to B and C? I'm only doing this because, again, right, I'm limited to what I have. Okay, so how should I word this? Do we think that NK referred to Bella and Cece as kiddos because of SR? Remember, Shan'ann Rusek. Because of SR's videos. Okay, so yes, no. Need more evidence for everyone who needs more evidence. And should I put all the above? Let's do all the above. It's not going to be all the above. We can't do all the above for this one. What else? What else? Yes, no. Need more evidence, or no, and K just speaks that way, which I don't think so. Okay. That what? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, poll time. I hate the word kiddos. All the above. Yeah, do we think that NK referred to B and C as kiddos because of SR's videos? Yes, no, need more evidence. No, NK just speaks that way. The kiddos. She kept saying, oh, I just want him to spend time with his kiddos. No. But anyway, look at this. Still daylight in the window, and they're pointing to the window. You know, when it's looking like this, to me, it's Mimi time. I'm looking out the window and I'm like, it's time for bed. But to them, no, this is severe abuse. Oh, there's already light outside. Don't put your children to bed. No, they're chickens. They don't go to bed until the sun is fully down. And look at this. The face and his giggles, so funny. We neglect our kids. What is their idea of neglect? Being annoying all the time, right? Being all up on your kids constantly. I will say I didn't receive that much love as a child or cuddling, but I think that if my mom was just constantly on me saying, oh yeah, you're so cute, I would be annoyed. I'd be like, please leave me alone. But I don't know. What is the idea? What is the idea here? What is it? They're neglecting their kids just because she put them to bed so that her and Potato Head can spend some time together? Where's the horror?
out of Thrive K. So I got to get these kiddos to bed, and I'm going to finish my cafe, which is delicious.
Ugh.
All right, one more time, and then you're going to bed. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Aw, they're so cute. Aw.
Awesome. All right, say goodnight.
All right.
No,
Yeah, thank you for including me.
no problem. Okay.
Hmm. What do we think? The other thing, right? They're gonna get into it. I think at this point they're kind of just showing a bunch of different examples here and there. But for this last one, they're alluding to abuse here because Bella wants to watch the game. She wants to watch the Steelers, but mommy said no. How mean. How mean. No, you can't watch the game because you have to go to bed.
Thank you for including me.
No problem.
All right, what else are they going
No,
to say?
I'm going to get a loud noise at Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah,
Kinda. Thunderstorms are usually kind of loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Okay. Can we go back to bed now? That we saw the show?
no,
No.
because it's not it's not stopping yet.
It is. It's just raining now. The hail stopped. The hail stopped. Don't mind me. It's late. She was going to be a storm chaser. I
Aw.
pray not.
I don't want to go back to bed.
It's time for bed now. We gotta hurry up and go to sleep because the more sleep we get, the faster we get to North Carolina. Can you say North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Good job. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. No, Cece, Chris is laying with her in her bed. Like we literally, it's 6:30. They go to bed at 6:30, and it just it downpoured, and the lightning and the wind, the hail was hitting her window, and she got scared. So I wanted to show her so she knew not to be afraid of it. So now that it's done and it's just pouring, we can go back to bed. So mommy's got work to do. We're doing good, Mary. It's good hearing from you. I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna go put this munchkin back to bed. Say goodbye, Bella. Say bye. Hey, Dreamer.
Oh.
Say goodbye. Bye, guys.
Oh, she was so interested in the hail. She's so cute.
It's not as bad as last night. Man, the girls were scared to death. Cece held her ears all night long. All night, and it stopped when we left her room. We stayed in her room until it stopped. And then she didn't let her ears go because she was still scared of the sounds. Well, we got our rain.
Who watches this and concludes that all of this is evidence that she was abusing her children?
We won't need sprinklers for a couple of days. Nick, it's coming your way if he hasn't hit you.
Doesn't matter how bad things were. She has rules. You know, she has a way of doing things.
Right.
Come rain, shine, or divorce, Meacham, who lived in the home with the Watts family for over 2 months, was convinced that the altered schedule meant bad news in the Watts home.
Okay. I think it prevented Shan'ann and Chris from properly bonding with their children, it says. What did it say before that? It said something else. It was very fast. Okay, there it is. Okay, so the rigid routine wasn't just responsible for early bedtimes. I think it prevented Shan'ann and Chris from properly bonding with their kids. We are all painfully aware of the demonstration leading us to the conclusion their father wasn't properly attached. Oh. Wow. The mental gymnastics that people have to do to come up with this conclusion. That because the children were put to bed at 6:30, that therefore Chris didn't have time to properly get attached to his children. So it's because of the fact that they were going to bed at 6:30. Oh my God. Chris couldn't spend time with his kids. Oh, they're already in bed. How am I supposed to love my kids more if they're always sleeping? I need to be able to interact with them, I guess, but I'm not able to because they're always sleeping. Are we for real right now? Are we so for real? This is so fucking batshit, isn't it? This is batshit crazy. I mean, the conclusion, the arrival at the conclusion, it makes no sense to me. Where's the analysis here? So they played a few videos of Shan'ann with her kids, and they concluded, oh, it's because of the way that she put them to bed at 6:30, that therefore it's her fault that Chris couldn't properly attach himself to his children. And so because of her, Chris never really loved them because he couldn't play with them because they were always sleeping. So again, somehow it always comes back to the woman, right? Oh, what did this potato head do? Oh, it's so awful, but she must have done something to make that potato head want to murder his kids. Oh, he never loved them. It's because he was never attached to them because they were asleep at 6:30. Huh? What? How does anybody arrive at this conclusion with logic? You have to be either really plastered, like extremely drunk, or brain dead to come up with something like this. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, here we go. Listen closely. Oh my God. What is going to be said? Okay, whatever it is, you guys make sure that you record it because it's going to go in the horror movie by Blumhouse and A2. What is it? The other one, A2? God, what is the name of all the other horror production companies? We need to find more. Horror production companies. Which one of these horror production companies wants to make this scary movie? Oh yeah, there's Bloom, there's A24, there's Shudder. Right? Oh my gosh, Shudder. New Line Cinema. Does New Line Does New Line Cinema want to make a movie? Monkey Paw Productions. Oh my God. Let's see what horror we're about to hear. Oh my God.
Kids woke up, we were having fun, we were playing. My daughter was 2 and my youngest was 6 months old. And my 2-year-old and I, that particular day, were just having a blast. She has always loved music.
V-Bug. Oh man, you guys never fail to make me laugh. Even, I'm like all serious here. I'm like, and then you guys are still making me laugh, right? I love it. I still love to see all the laughy faces and stuff, even though we're talking about ridiculous stuff, right? And just how hard it is to listen to this. You guys still make me laugh. I love it. V-Bug, you're funny. You are funny. The narrator of the video sounds high or rat horsed. Oh man. I love it. Kelly J, people will grasp at anything. Oh, yes, girl. They will grasp at anything. They'll be like, look at the way that she gave this water bottle to her child. She used her dominant hand. She needs to use her non-dominant hand so that she can be more gentle and motherly. Here you go, child. I am your mother, and you are my child. Apparently, it has to be done a certain way because otherwise, oh my God, you're evil. You're a witch. All right, let's continue.
Music. Always loved music. She loves to sing. She loves to dance. And that day I was dancing with her. Like, I don't know how long it was, but it was a long time. And she was laughing. And this sounds horrible as a mom, coming from a mom, because you don't want to ever hear yourself say something like this. But that particular day, she was laughing a laugh that literally sent chills through my body. I just got chills while saying that. It was just a great feeling to hear my daughter, to hear that laugh that I've always dreamt of. And it's not that she didn't laugh like that before, but I enjoyed it. Like, I heard it. I didn't put on a blur, if that makes sense. Like, everything was tunneled out. And I remember she came up to me with her blankie and she said, "Mommy, I tired." And I looked at the clock and it was an hour and a half past her night bedtime. My kids are baby wise kids. They go to bed clockwork. It's on schedule every day so I can get rest. I have to have.
I guess this is the part where they're gonna call her selfish, right? She's like, "Oh, I put my kids to bed so that I can get some rest." This is where all of the Mary Poppins fans and all of the Mother Teresas will come in and say, "Oh my God, you're so selfish for wanting to spend time on yourself." I mean, the mother has to rest too. How the hell is she going to raise her kids if she's always tired? It's her responsibility to rest. I mean, she has to rest. She has to take care of herself. You have to be able to take care of yourself if you're trying to take care of others, right? My cats are not going to feed themselves. I need to be well rested and I need to be okay in the head to be able to feed my cats. I won't be able to do it if I'm not rested. What if I'm like just never sleeping? What if I'm like a zombie? When I was suffering from severe depression, I guess, yeah, I've never really talked about this part. Um, I had severe depression for a few years, and it was actually not even that long ago. It was actually right before my YouTube channel. So when I say that my YouTube channel gave me a new sense of purpose, I mean that. I do mean that. It gave me, it brought joy that I just hadn't felt for a very long time. And when I was severely depressed, I noticed myself, I noticed that I was neglecting myself. And anytime that I neglected myself and I spent hours and days at times on the couch, not being able to even get up and feed myself, my cats suffered, right? My cats waited longer to get fed. My cats had to wait a little bit longer for me to give them water. My cats had to wait, for their mom to clean their litter boxes, right? Because I was so just fucked up in the head. I had severe depression that I just couldn't even move. It was so hard for me to just get out of bed at times. And even when I did, sometimes it was hard for me to get out of the shower. I was in the shower sometimes for hours on end, just there. Because it was nice to feel something, right? The water falling on my back. So I knew that I had to do something about it. Because even if I didn't care about myself and my neglect, I cared about my cats. And so, this is just another thing. It's just another one of those things where, like, there's so much judgment because she wanted to rest. She has to rest. How the hell is she going to do anything if she's not resting? You have to be selfish sometimes. You can't, just because you have kids doesn't mean that you have to neglect yourself to give them all the attention. That is not good. You have to be able to do both. You have to be able to take care of yourself so that you can take better care of your babies, of your family, of your animals. That is the whole point. Whew. See, I knew I knew that this live stream was going to be a little emotional, but it's important. These are things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about these things because they're important. They need to be called out. The stupidity, the hypocrisy, the blaming, it has to be called out because it is unacceptable.
Rest. So it was really weird for her to be off schedule and we're not being out of the house. So I put her down and I called my friend and I couldn't thank her enough.
Oh God, more music here. Let's go ahead and turn it down. What are they about to say? All right, look at this. It took Bella 2 years to inspire the feel. It says, it took Bella 2 years to inspire the feelings most mothers Most is not right. This is not factual. This is an opinion. Most mothers begin to build at birth. 2 years to fill her mother's ears with sounds she dreamt of. My mom, it's been almost 40 years and she still hasn't found her motherly instinct. A lot of parents don't. A lot of moms never find their instinct because there's no such thing. And so what it's saying is that most moms, even the ones with postpartum, somehow just love their kids as soon as they're born. No, that is not true. There are so many hormonal changes that go on in a woman's body after she gives birth. A lot of them affect mental health. A lot of them affect libido. They affect your body overall. A lot of women do suffer from depression after they have babies. But society forces women into thinking that their role is their kids, and they are not allowed to feel depression or sadness because their responsibility at this time is to take care of the baby. And so, in the world that we live in, moms are expected to already share a bond with their child as soon as that child is born. Even though biologically and scientifically speaking, this doesn't happen all the time and it doesn't happen naturally. Most moms don't begin to build it at birth. It is a lie. This is not true. This is what society has been telling moms, women, for a very long time because it is the best way to control women. The best way to control is by telling them that you are not allowed to feel sadness, depression, or anything that means that you need to take care of yourself because now your responsibility is to your kid. And yes, absolutely, every child needs to be loved, like I said, loved and respected, but there's a lot of expectations that are put on moms. And so this alone, this statement, incorrect. It took 2 years to inspire the feelings that most mothers begin to build at birth. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, my own experience, and not just my own experience, but I mean, research shows that this is not true. But let's see what else. Let's see what else they're starting to say. Yeah, some women are more judgmental and controlling of their own gender. Oh my God, Jay writing, you are so right. Yes. A lot of this criticism actually comes from women more so than men, if you can believe that, right? It actually does. Shan'ann is, oh, what did it say? Shan'ann, it said something. What did it say? I want to see what it says. Shan'ann describes events away from the home as the only normal thing that stops what? Oh my gosh, it's so fast. That stops the clockwork type bedtime, as she put it. It doesn't seem, what? It doesn't seem it was put off for any significant amount of time, though. Their arrival and departure times were considered normal by the Lindstroms and timed accordingly. Oh, look, we're about to hear from the Lindstroms now. Remember who the Lindstroms are? Nothing against that couple, but they do seem to be, again, very indoctrinated as well. The same type of indoctrination that I've been talking about for the past almost hour, right? That in the society that we live in, women are caretakers, men are providers, women have the emotions, men show no emotion, men are men. I do guyish things like NASCAR and sports. And then women, they don't do NASCAR and sports. They cook, they clean, they tend to the house, they wear little aprons, they go around and pick up flowers and do all the feminine things, right? And so because of that, this couple also believes it, right? They also believe it. They also believe the lie, the conditioning that we've all had since childhood and since birth, actually, right? The thing is, when it comes to conditioning, it starts the second that the parents find out the gender of their baby. It starts then. And once they're born, all of the conditioning that we have had in our society, we then put it on the child. So girls really have no other choice than to be conditioned to think that their whole life revolves around getting married and having babies and cooking and cleaning. For men, it's the opposite. For men, men are not conditioned to think that their goal in life should be to get married and have kids. No. For them, it's different. For them, it's your goal in life is to be as successful as possible because you need to provide for the women and the children that you are entitled to that will come sometime whenever you're ready, right? You can be 40, you can be 50, 60, however old you want to be. Whenever you're ready, make sure that you're successful for the woman and the child that you're going to have. But for women, it's, oh no, you're 30? Are you a mom? Right? So all this conditioning happens very, very early on from the moment that we're born. I mean, think about it. I'm a 90s kid. I grew up with all kinds of toys. You know what toys were around in my childhood? Babies. Babies that pee, babies that cry. Wah, wah. You remember those little bottles that they look like, you're feeding the baby and the milk goes down and all of that. That is what girls are conditioned to do. What are boys doing? Boys are given soccer balls, they're given cars, they're given, scientific toys. Oh, put this together. Oh, you're going to be an engineer. You're going to be a mathematician. Oh, hell yeah. You are going to be the creator of whatever, right? The internet. Oh, you're going to do great things. Meanwhile, girls are conditioned to cook and clean. Oh, here's your baby toy. Make sure you know how to take care of it. If it cries, you need to know how to make it stop crying. All of this is conditioning from the very beginning. So it's not surprising when you have a couple that thinks that Shan'ann would have been the one who murdered her kids and then herself, not Chris. No, not him. So let's go ahead and listen to the Lindstroms. We've already heard about them or heard them. So we're going to go ahead and listen to them again.
Was he on time?
Give or take, there was no time.
Well, I mean, he was a little bit later, but he had mentioned when he got there that the girls had just woken up from their nap. And
nap was very important. Shan'ann had these girls on a schedule.
Okay, so they were on schedule,
Yeah.
so nothing there was odd. It's just
Nope.
they were taking a nap and then they showed up.
Right. Oh my goodness. Right. And of course, it's nothing against any particular gender or sex here, right? This is society that I'm talking about, right? I'm not talking about specific people or genders. The thing is, both men and women both suffer from the way that we are conditioned. Men are among the highest in when it comes to unaliving rates. Men and the pressure that is put on men by our society to provide is so strong, and it's so much pressure that a lot of them feel that they can't handle it. The pressure that we as society that we put on men to provide and to be successful and to make sure that every single thing is taken care of, it's no wonder that when we look at unaliving rates, men are constantly at the top. Why? I mean, look at the pressures that we put on them. Everyone suffers. It's not just women, it's men too, right? And so, yeah, when I'm talking about this, I'm not saying, oh yeah, men have it easy. Of course they don't. Not at all. Not at all. Men suffer highest incarceration rates. Men suffer, like I said, highest unaliving rates. They also suffer the most depression, right? Depression rates are higher in men. And there's a plethora of different issues that go on with men because of the way that we are conditioning one another and the way that we police one another. We stigmatize one another. Oh, if you're a woman, you have to have a baby. If you're a man, you have to work. You can't be a stay-at-home dad because that is emasculating, right? It's just the way that our society works is just so backwards. It's just so backwards. But anyway, let's continue.
After the cake, it was time for them to go home because their bedtime is 7-ish o'clock.
Again, on schedule.
On schedule.
This is at the very top here. It says this one sentence from the Lindstrom interview. The moment they began to worry about their friend and her daughters when the girls weren't home in time for bed.
those kids are not in their bed. That's a big deal.
Mm.
Their routine was completely off. And that's not normal. In 2 months that I stayed with her, the routine never changed.
Yeah,
It was always
she
the
had them
same.
on the routine.
Like when both Bella and Cece were babies, she had them on this regimen called, I think it's like Baby Sense or something, where every day they did the same thing at the same time so that she could get them on like a set sleep schedule.
Oh, okay.
And that's how they go to bed. Like,
Oh, it did?
and now they know every night. You know, they know they have to go turn on their white
Oh yeah,
noise
yeah, the
and
white noise.
get in their bed. And McKenna said they both went to the bathroom by themselves and they didn't even have to go to the bathroom, which she found pretty impressive for a 3 or 4-year-old. Hopefully again, because this guy is not potty trained. So she's like, yeah. She's like, compared to him, they were like super easy to watch.
But that's her style of, and she's very consistent with everything.
Right.
She's the one that can come up with an idea and she will stick it out.
Yeah, Shan'ann needed to stick to the schedule. Again, right? We know this about Shan'ann. She's very type A. She's gung-ho, right? Chris's favorite word, gung-ho. I'm an idiot. But yeah, she was very gung-ho, according to Chris. And according to everybody else, she's very type A, very motivated, very driven. And in order for her to stay on schedule with everything that she had going on, she needed to put the kids on a schedule too. Again, what is so wrong with that? What is so wrong with putting your kids on a schedule? Yeah, routine is great for small children. Do you know how many other kids are put on routines? Have you all watched the World Cup at all? I mean, it just ended. Some of those children are on a routine since they're 4. How old was what's his name? From Portugal, CR7. Wasn't he like 4 years old when he started playing soccer? There are some prodigies, right? Kids that are prodigies, Olympic gold medalists, even, they all start on the schedule when they're very, very young. And those kids grow up to be incredibly successful. Some of them win numerous gold medals. Some of them become great swimmers, gymnasts. They become all kinds of, yeah, like I said, right? Like when it comes to sports, right? There is an entire organization when it comes to soccer that where they put children in soccer camps since they're kids because they have to be prodigies, right? In order for them to make it onto the national team, you have to start since you're a child, and that requires putting your child in a strict routine. What, are Messi's parents abusive too? What about Cristiano Ronaldo's parents? Are they abusive because they put their kid in a soccer club when they were 5? Oh, and they were running around and kicking a ball, and oh my God, the routine was just so strict. One of my friends is an incredible pianist. She plays piano so amazingly. She started when she was 3, and she is just so amazing, right? And I mean, she tells me about the strict routine that she was on. It was school, and then it was sports, and then it was piano practice. Guess what? She's a physician's assistant now. She's a physician assistant, and at first she wanted to be a musician. She really tried to, she was doing piano for a while and also violin, but then she decided, you know what, I want to be a doctor. So she became a physician's assistant. Imagine, oh God, all the abuse that she sustained playing piano all those years. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just have to play with them, and then at 7 o'clock lay them down to go to bed. And
So he told you to put them down at 7 p.m.?
Yes.
Look, kind of says, say what? Say what? Oh my God, they were asleep at 6? Ugh. Too early. So abusive. Somebody please send this Paranormal Activity to Bloomhouse. Somebody has to make some type of horror movie about this. This is just, oh, I can't handle it. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life.
So I get up because I want to have morning time before the kids get up. All right, that's going to have to do. For me, I just want me time in the morning.
Eric, 100%. Eric says, how's that saying go? People who live in a glass house shouldn't throw stones. Hmm. Yeah, if you're not a perfect parent, please don't be throwing shade at Shan'ann for putting her kids to bed at 6:30.
Until I don't go to bed till 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, which is my time. Because that's my time to like do me, like read, work, whatever I want to, watch TV. Like that's
Yeah, so this is the problem. The problem is that she's a woman, she's the mom, and she wants me time. What about Chris? Why is Chris not in the conversation? What about him? He wanted me time too. But no, it's not his responsibility, right? Because he's a man? Is that why? Is that what's going on? Oh, it's okay that Chris wants to watch NFL on his Fire Stick, but not Shan'ann. She doesn't get any of that time. She's the mom. It's her responsibility to check on the kids. Chris can just sit on the couch with his feet up on the couch, texting Nicole Cassinger while he watches NFL because he's a man. But not her. She's not allowed to do this.
that's me time. And I just can't go to bed early. I just don't like to. I was always a late owl. Never a morning person, always a late owl.
Right, Mary, exactly. Every parent has his or her own way. Of course, right? Without condoning violence, right? I don't think my parents should have ever had that way. That is not a way to raise any child by any means. My parents are terrible. I do not condone any of that crap. Please do not treat your parent. Please don't, oh, not your parents. Don't treat your kids the way that my parents treated me and my siblings. Okay, please don't. That's abuse. But yeah, every parent has his or her own way. Why are we judging? Unless you're abusive, right? Unless you're a piece of shit. But who cares? There is no universal way of raising a child. The only good way of raising is don't hit them. Don't mess with them mentally and psychologically and emotionally. Support them. Love them. Give them affection. Play with them. Give them attention, right? Put them on a schedule because kids need to be put on the schedule. How is that bad? I was put on schedule. So many people have been put on schedules. We need schedules. Guess what? Society, we live on schedules. How many of us work a 9 to 5? How many of us have to clock in exactly at 10 a.m. and then clock out exactly at 5 p.m.? That's a schedule. Everything in life works on a schedule. And it's good to put your kids on a schedule from a very early age if you want them to be successful as adults on a schedule. I mean, you have to start young. You have to start young.
Sorry. That's what happens when you work from home and you don't have to have a schedule.
These animations are
so
weird.
sad. After we go night, now we can go to school. Class is not gonna be here.
Okay.
But she's not wearing dress.
Aww.
But she's wearing dress.
Oh, she's so cute. But anyway, that was it. So, this whole video was just a collage of nonsense, isn't it? Not once did I see a single video or anything in this whole, how long is this video? 14 minutes. Not once did I see Shan'ann mistreat her children. Where is it? I didn't see it. Hot chocolate. Welcome. Welcome to Silver. Let's go ahead and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Yeah, sweet Bella. Oh, man. I mean, when Shan'ann said that Bella wanted to be a storm chaser, she didn't even have the chance. Right. Shan'ann was already saying, oh God, I hope not, because she was worried about her kid. She was worried that if Bella became a storm chaser, that something bad is going to happen. Right. I mean, storm chasing is very dangerous, especially if you're, chasing, tornadoes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, this is a mom that loved her children. She wanted the best for them. She put them on schedules because as a parent, that's what she thought was best for her kids. Not once did she raise her hand on any of her kids. Not once was she malicious or sinister or mean or neglectful. I haven't seen a single instance where Shan'ann is being neglectful, other than the fact that she wants time for herself. That is what these people are saying that she is neglectful for wanting time for herself. Because if you're a mom and you have kids, you're not allowed to be selfish at all. No, don't take care of yourself. Mm-mm. Your kids are your priority all the time. Don't even feed yourself. Feed them only. Well, then how are they going to keep feeding themselves if you're not feeding yourself? Again, it's just, oh, God, so ridiculous. Carolette rocks. I'm deeply sorry your childhood was shitty. Usually there is one that balances things out. Aw. Aw, thank you, Carolette. Thank you so much. Yeah, the thing is, like I said, it's not, I normalized it, right? That's the thing. The thing is, I normalized it for the majority of my life. So for most of my life, it affected me in ways that I didn't know it was affecting me. And it was affecting me in the way that I just like interacted with people, right? You kind of see it, you kind of notice it. You notice it when you interact with your parents, when you interact with siblings and friends and romantic partners, that there's something always weird, right? There's always something in the back of your head that if you don't process, it's going to come out in the most like weird ways. Sometimes you don't even realize it. Sometimes you're just like, why the fuck am I acting like this? And yeah, the thing is, I didn't know anything was wrong with me. I really didn't. Um, the realization came in 2020, and then ever since, I've been doing a lot better, right? I've been doing a lot better. Therapy really helps to be able to talk about the things that happened and not normalize them anymore, and be able to give space to little Roxy, right? If you're in therapy, a lot of the times when you're dealing with what is it, CPTSD, so childhood post-traumatic stress, um therapists tell you to think about the inner Roxy. They're like, my therapist is like, well, what is little Roxy feeling, right? And that's me as a child. And so 6 years of therapy has done wonders for me, because the first 3 years of therapy, it was really me trying to put myself back into the shoes of little Roxy, to be able to process that pain, right? And that neglect and that abuse that I felt from my narcissistic parents. Um, and it has helped me be able to set those boundaries. And so, because of the therapy that I now do, and because I was able to heal little Roxy, I've been able to have the strength to say no to my parents. Because of the healing of little Roxy, adult Roxy is able to talk to my parents as adults and say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to cross my boundaries anymore. I'm not going to allow you to try and manipulate me, even though I live all the way in Colorado and I'm nowhere near you. We live in different states. Why are you still bothering me? Why are you still harassing me? Right. And so, because of that, it's just been a lot easier for me to be able to set those boundaries with them. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anymore. I don't feel any anxiety anymore. Mother's Day comes, Mother's Day goes, birthday comes, birthday goes. My relationship with my dad has been a lot better. He is a little more understanding and less narcissistic than my mom. So with him, although it's baby steps, I do appreciate that he is making the effort to repair the relationship with his eldest daughter. Um, and I also am really grateful that he took the time to listen, right? He heard me for the first time. And I think that a lot of that courage, I was able to gain it because of therapy, because I started to let go of that guilt, right? I felt a lot of guilt for many years. I felt like a bad daughter. I didn't understand why I didn't want to talk to them, because, like I said, I normalized the abuse. I thought it was normal. So I'm like, why do I feel so bad every time I want to talk to them? Like, they're my parents. I didn't realize that the reason I don't want to talk to them is because they've been so terrible to me. And I finally was able to let go of that guilt and decided to be selfish for myself finally, right? And decide, you know what? I'm not going to allow them to treat me this way anymore. And ever since I chose myself over them and trying to impress them, and trying to, accomplish all kinds of things in my life to see if for once they feel proud of me, I finally let go of that. I don't care anymore. I don't care because I don't need them. And so therapy has really helped me be able to heal myself and be able to set those boundaries. And it does still hurt that my mom has chosen not to get help and that she would rather never talk to her eldest daughter for the rest of her life. Although it does hurt, I'm a lot better for it. I am. I really am. I'm able to focus. I focus a lot more. I have a lot of things going. I have the channel. I have you guys. I have a community that we have built here over the past year. I have my cats. I have my health. There's so many good things in my life, and I no longer have to feel the anxiety of having to call my mom just so that she can try and feel proud of me for like 2 seconds without guilting me for not calling for Mother's Day. So as hurtful and as painful as it is that my mom still chooses not to go to therapy or take medication, I'm better for it. And if she ever does, I'm going to be here, right? That's the only condition I've put. I didn't tell her like, oh, you need to go become like, I don't know, an NFL player or maybe not, right? I didn't give her like ridiculous conditions. I didn't say, oh, you need to go become an Oscar winning actress before I can talk to you, right? The conditions that I put are mostly for her own good. It's mostly for her own health and her own mental well being as well. I'm like, Mom, your relationships with other people would be so much better. Your relationships with your own kids, the ones that live with you, and my dad, right? Your husband and your friends would be so much better. And your relationship with yourself would be so much better if you just went and got checked for BPD or narcissism or whatever she's got going on. But she won't do it. She won't do it. She's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. How dare you pull back? Oh, how dare you set boundaries? I'm your mother, right? That it really is all just entitlement. She just feels entitled to me and my siblings because she gave us life. And I think that is one of the most harmful things, at least to me, is that the sense of entitlement comes not from parenthood, but from the fact that she thinks that I should be eternally grateful for the gift of life, even though she didn't do the work to raise the children in the right way. Very entitled, very weird, isn't it? Whew. Well, this was different. Yeah, a lot of personal stuff today and a lot of trauma. These are the things that, like I said, I want to talk about them because it's important. This case, right? This case is hard for me because I just can't believe that people treat Shan'ann this way. She was a good mom. She really was. I'm not even saying that just because I'm comparing a monster to Shan'ann. Shan'ann, by all accounts, was a very, very good mom. Very loving, very attentive, and she did not deserve what happened to her. And even if my mom is as terrible as she is, and as she was, even she didn't deserve anything, right? She does not deserve the things that happened to Shan'ann. No one does. And so it's just so absolutely vile when I see people trying to find character flaws with Shan'ann to try and blame her somehow. Always. It always just comes back to her. And I just can't stand it. So anyway, that is why I wanted to make this video. Thank you guys. Oh, God. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. For allowing me to be vulnerable. I feel safe. I feel safe talking about my experiences. And I think that I have, as small of a platform that I have, right? I mean, we're about to hit 10K, but it's still pretty small platform. I still want to be able to use my platform to spread awareness on this as much as I can, right? And I know I'm not a mom. So a lot of people might say, "Hey, you have literally no right to talk about this." I disagree. Because I'm a daughter and I'm a human being and I have morals and I have values and I'm empathetic. And so even if I don't have kids, even if you guys don't have kids, I will always defend Shan'ann and any other victim that people want to bash because of their parenting style. But anyways, man. Oh, man. Thank you guys so much. Oh, man. We can always count on you making me laugh. It's funny. You're safe apart from NK getting into your internet router and working for you too. Yeah, and those Hoovers, right? Yeah, those Hoovers, all the deer that she keeps sending my way, right? Oh man, I totally get it. Yeah. I'm definitely safe, but I'm not safe from Dr. Phil. Philip Stuffer, right? I'm not safe from him trying to shut down my live streams. But I'm definitely safe in other ways. So thank you guys so much. Oh, thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Eileen. Thank you guys so much. Can we watch a Shan'ann video? Yes, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We have a few minutes. Here, let's go ahead and see our poll. I know, guys. I know you guys are usually here to laugh and make fun of, Chris and roast Nicole Kessinger, but like I've told some of you, I have more depth than that. I have way more depth than that. I can talk about other things all day, every day. Okay. Dr. Phil. Okay, so the poll, do we think that NK referred to BNC as kiddos because of Shanann's videos? Yes. Look at that. 71% of us think that, yes, the truth is that she said kiddos because of Nicole Kessinger. Or sorry, Nicole Kessinger said them because of Shanann's videos. That is why she kept saying kiddos. I don't think she says kiddos. I mean, she's from Colorado. I don't really hear that many people in Colorado say kiddos, but I don't really know, right? I don't really know. 5% say no. 12, oh, look at this. Need more evidence and no, NK just speaks that way, or, oh, they were tied, not anymore. Yeah, they were tied at 11, or they were tied at 12%. Now they're at 11 and 13%. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Oh, man. Okay, let's go ahead and end this poll. And, okay, what? She studied Shan'ann. Who did? Yeah, you're coming down from the high from drinking that strong coffee. Oh, yeah. Mud coffee. You guys, my coffee is so good now. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just need to talk shit about it because ever since my first disgusting bitter coffee, all of my coffees after that have been so delicious. You guys should try it. I wish I can give you some. You'll probably try it and be like, what the hell is this? Like, this is not good. I don't know what you're talking about, girl. Sis, this is mud. Okay, guys. What video do we want to watch? Oh my God, look at me. I'm all red in the face. Oh, man. It's good to cry sometimes, you guys. It's good to cry. It's good to laugh. We need to sometimes. It's good to release all this all this tension. Okay. Do we have a Shan'ann video that we want to watch that isn't this one? Does anybody have a favorite Shan'ann video? Thank you so much, Angela. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Here, let's go ahead and like. Yay, yay. Yeah, if you are not on a strict schedule, you end up like Mackenzie. Mario 2420. You are spot on. Spot on. Yes. Shining light. Yes. Okay. You guys want to do shining light? Here. Shining light YouTube. I like the streams when she cooks with the babies. Oh yeah. Those are so cute. Those are cute. Okay. Let's go ahead and see this real quick. Okay. Put this over. Okay, so we want to watch some of the cooking videos. Chris dressed as Santa. Jerry, do yourself a solid and take yourself to Starbucks. No. That's all sugar in the cup. It is all sugar in a cup. The only thing I like from Starbucks is the mocha green tea latte or something, and even that is all sugar. I like the cooking ones too. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and all right, what do you guys? There's so many. Here we go. Let's go ahead and show the screen here. Yeah, which one? Oh, you guys can't even see all of it. Darn it. Okay. This is from the Shining Light YouTube channel. Oh my God, look at Dieter. He's so cute. Oh, so cute. Dieter, he's so cute. Okay. I don't drink Starbucks anymore. I like iced latte with vanilla syrup and cream. Yeah. Elective vanilla latte if you're ordering. Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones, yeah. Carolette, the ones with 1 billion calories. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Do we want to watch Dieter? It's 8 minutes. Oh, goodness. But the potato head comes out in it. Okay, let's go ahead and watch Dieter. I hope there's no music, because if there is, I'm going to have to turn it down because of the...
This video is...
because of the sound. So I hope I don't have to. But I will if I have to.
An update on Dieter, Shanann's dog. Many have asked what happened to Dieter after the tragedy, and he went to live with Shanann's mom, dad, and brother in North Carolina. Oh. Shanann's brother...
Aw, Dee Dee's stuffed dog. When Celeste didn't feel good yesterday, all she wanted was her mommy and Dee Dee. Oh, look at that. I don't know how. Chris he's sick.
Frankie posts videos of him from time to time on his YouTube channel.
Oh.
This video contains a few cute...
He's so cute. Did you guys see that? His little head just sticking out. He's so adorable.
This video contains a few cute videos of Dieter with the girls, and then at the end there are 3 newer videos of Dieter in North Carolina.
Aww.
He looks so happy, and Frankie says he even has a girlfriend.
Go ahead.
Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dieter. Happy birthday.
Look at him.
Happy birthday, Dieter.
Aw, he's so
Do you
happy.
want to give him a treat for his birthday? Okay.
He's so happy.
Sing.
He's wiggling his tail. You see how happy he is? He's like, yay, it's my birthday. They loved him. Oh my God. They loved Dieter. Except for Chris, obviously. Dieter even didn't like him, right? Dieter's like, stop choking me out, weirdo. God, Chris was always a creep.
Sing to him again. You want to finish singing? He wants to hear you sing one more time.
One more time, Bella. Happy birthday
So cute.
to you. Happy birthday.
Give it to Dieter for his birthday. Say happy birthday, Dieter.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, Jacqueline. Give it to Dieter.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Do. Hey, April. All right. Did you give it to Dieter?
Oh, all right.
Well, kid, you went through my legs. All right, Bella, say goodbye to everybody.
Aw.
There's the monster. Bye, guys.
Cece. Look at him.
You're like a little worm. Oh, poor Dee.
No, his little arms are stuck.
Oh.
This reminds me of, was it Gia? Yeah, it was Gia. Gia got into something the other day. I can't remember. I think it was, God, I can't remember what grocery bag. But anyway, it's one of those, reusable grocery bags, and I left it there. And then Gia got in there. And because she's in there, she's like sniffing around. And then she gets out, and the handle got caught on her. So she's running. She's like walking with the bag on her, and she's like, And I thought, I mean, obviously she's so cute, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so adorable. But then I'm like, oh, my baby. So I had to remove it from her. But I just thought it was so cute because she's walking around. She's like, why do I have this thing on my body? And she was trying her very best to get out of it. It was so cute. I was going to film it for you guys, for my members, but I was so distracted with how cute it was, and I completely forgot. How many cats do I have? I have 3. I have 3 babies. Yeah. Mr. Butters, Gia, and Elliot. Elliot is very much like the normal, I wouldn't say normal, right? He's more like the stereotypical cat, right? When you think of a cat, he's a lot more independent and less clingy as my other 2. Gia, who is there, believe it or not, every time I'm doing a live stream or I'm making videos or I'm editing, Gia's right there. You guys can't see her, but she is always sleeping there. And if she's not there, she's down here. When I'm done, so, when I finish this live stream, I'm going to get up, and then she's going to start to scream, and she wants attention. And the first thing I do is go over to her, rub her little belly, and then I pick her up, and then I hold her like this, like a baby. You guys will see. I'll take a photo, and I'll put it up for you guys. And I hold her like this, and all she does is kind of like fall asleep because she's been missing me for 2.5 hours. I love my cats.
Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Bella would get a kick out of this.
Oh, poor baby. Okay, at this point, I would help him. I'll be like, okay, let's go ahead and get you out of here.
Now.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, dear Dieter. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dieter.
Oh, look at his ear.
Say happy birthday. Give Dieter kisses.
His
Give
ear.
him kisses for his birthday.
You want a bath for your birthday?
Yes, he wants a bath.
Okay, so we get a bath. Come on.
Dieter, give Dieter kisses, girls. Give him kisses. Say happy birthday.
Birthday.
He's giving you kisses. Is he gonna give him a kiss?
Yeah.
Is he gonna give you kisses?
I gotta kiss you.
Oh, he's so cute. Look, he's having so much fun.
Give kisses to Dieter. Oh, Dieter, Weeder, Weeder. Oh. Dieter.
Get him, CC. Say Dieter.
Okay, where are the eyes? I have to put eyes on him. Where are the googly eyes? Googly eyes for Chris. I know. KTD. Shut up, Chris. That's perfect. I love it. KTD. I don't rub cat bellies. It's a trap. Aw. You know, man, my cat, she knows that's the best way to manipulate me. She shows me her belly. I will rub it. The thing is with Gia, I can put my whole face on her belly and go like, right, like give her what is it, raspberry? Is that what it's called? I was about to say blueberries. Whatever fruit, oranges, right? You just like I'm able to do that to her and she loves it. She's like, right? She does not gouge my eyes out or anything. Not at all. Yeah, put googly eyes on him. I wish I could. Let me see if I man. The thing is that all of my here, let's see if I can do it. I might not be able to because they don't show up as how can I do this? Let's see if I can. Trying to figure out a way to do this. Am I able to put it over the video? Maybe. Let's see. Oh, probably not. Yeah, because I I can do this, put it over, but it's not, I don't think it's gonna work. All right, let's go ahead and try it.
Oh, she's about to get out a receipt and go get him. Get serious. You show him your flag. So he'll come get you.
I can use a potato. If I had a potato, I'd put a potato over him. It's just one big eyeball.
Be nice, CC. Dieter?
Yeah, right here. It's just one big eyeball right now. I just don't want to see his stupid face. I want to keep covering it.
Thank
Because there we go. It's so much better, ain't it? Then I don't want to cover CC. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can find a potato. I'd rather use a potato for him. Here, let's find a potato. Do I have a potato already? I think I do. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the potato that I've used in the past. I have a binky. I can put a binky on him. What else? Oh, look, we can use Tiffany's photo. We can use Tiffany's photo. The doll of Chris Watts. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find a potato to put over his dome. Where's there a potato? There's a chicken nugget. Do we want to put a chicken nugget on him? Let's see, what else do I have? I just, yeah, if you guys are trying to see, it is just a bunch of stuff. Let's see, what can we make him? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, there's a chicken nugget. We can make him a chicken nugget.
Here comes Dieter.
Grab it, Bella. Don't scream.
It'll just stay here.
Get Dieter. Get Dieter.
I know, right? Can't believe you don't have a potato picture. I do. It's just not saved in this thing, I guess. I'm like, where is my potato picture? I do have one. I don't know where it went. I know, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, who am I? Are you really rocks? Oh, here, look. We can also we can use a Vin Diesel head. uh, what else? I I know I've used a potato before. I just don't know where it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna find a potato, guys. I have to at this point. You guys have called me out on it. On my throat. Yeah, at this point we're just doing arts and crafts.
Come on, get the car.
Watch this, girl. Dieter.
No.
Wait, get over by Daddy. Dieter.
Oh, he's so cute. Aww.
Chris, get it from Dieter.
Go, Dieter, come.
Ew.
Bella, Daddy's getting it back. Come on, come on.
Okay, I need to block his face. It's like every time I see him, I just want to say ill. Is that what you guys do? Every time I see him, I'm like ill. I don't want to see his face. So let's go ahead and find a good sized potato for him. I'm trying to find a good one. Which one can we use? Let's go ahead and use. Yeah, I like this one. All right, that's the one we're gonna use, guys. It needs to be the perfect size because you know how his head is shaped very much like a potato. So some of them just have to be perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and see this. Boom. There we go. I think we have a potato, guys. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. We got it. We got a potato. All right, let's continue. Wait, what happened? Okay, there we go. Oh man, this is hard.
Back. Come on, do it.
I'm like, oh no.
Hey, Dieter, stop it. Stop, Dieter. Yeah? Right.
Oh man.
Poor Dieter.
Stop.
Oh no, what's going on? Oh, no.
Hold on, Dieter's gonna come when he's chasing the car.
Nice. He's having so much fun.
What are you doing, Dieter?
Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh. Oh, look at him.
Come here. Who's that, Dieter?
Oh,
Dieter. Oh.
You're so cute. Look at him. Aw.
Say hi, Dieter.
He's so cute.
Say hi, Dietz.
He's got shorter legs than Dieter.
What do you want?
Right, yeah. Chris's short, stubby little legs. Pin the potato on the donkey. That should be a game. Oh my God, you guys. That should be a game. Imagine, pin the googly eyes on the potato head, right? And you're blindfolded and you're just out here trying to pin the eyeballs on the potato head. You're like, spin, go ahead and spin. All right, the potato head is right in front of you. And you're like, okay, where is it? Right? That'd be such a fun game. We should play that sometime. We really should. Oh, he's so cute.
What, Jakes? What? What do you want? You want a treat? What?
Oh,
What? What you want, Jakes? No.
right. Business idea. He is. He's a talker. Yeah, he's a talker. Look at him. He's got a buddy. That's so cute. He's got a little friend. Look at him. Oh, I do too. I want to hold him and like squeeze him. I know, he looks so happy. He's having a blast. Look at him. He's living his best life. Yeah, I'm glad he's happy. That last month for Dieter must have been horrible. Oof. Oh. I mean, yeah, being abandoned that way and not seeing his family anymore, having to deal with Potato Head. All right, guys. Well, that was it. That was it. I loved that. I'm so glad that we ended it on a good note, and that we ended it with putting potatoes on Chris's head and watching Bella, Cece, and Dieter play, because it's just the cutest thing ever. Yeah, it was cuteness overload. So cute. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. I appreciate you all so much for being here. Yeah, I know it was one of those really hard live streams, but we have to talk about it. So thank you guys so much. And before I go, I know that our goodbyes are always usually 10 to 20 minutes long. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. So thank you to everybody who sent over the super chats and the jewels. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Tiger, Carolette, Josie, thank you so much. Eileen, thank you so much for the jewels. Lindsay, thank you. Thank you so much for the hearts. Tiger, thank you. And Steffa Cat, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And then the fan funding. I know I missed a lot of these. I was talking a lot. Tiger, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I love you, Rox. Aw, I love you too, Eileen. Thank you so much for the support. So proud to be part of this chat family. Love you guys. Aw, thank you, Angela. You're so sweet. Nikkei Twistinger. Nikkei Twistinger didn't want kids. She was all about her. Oh, yes, 100%. If you like pina coladas, go ahead and like this comment. Nikkei Twistinger. I like that. Right? So now we have Twist of Fur and Twistinger. Love Buzz. Thank you so much. Keep going, Rocks. Justice for Shan'ann, Nico, Cece, and Bella. Yes. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Hot Chocolate Lover, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And oh, look at that. Hot Chocolate Lover. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're so sweet. Thank you. Angela, thank you for being a member. Shan'ann was a loving and caring mother. 100%. There's no question. There's no doubt about that. Eric, aw, shout out to everyone who overcame hard times. Yes. Oh, Eric, you are, you're an angel. I love you. You're so sweet. Yes, guys. Shout out to all of you who have gone through really hard times and have overcome obstacles of all kinds. I mean, yeah, it's, I've talked to so many of you guys separately, individually in comments and in the community. And I think, yeah, we all share a lot of experiences together, and it's just great that we're able to share it here. So I'm really grateful to all of you for that. Steffa, thank you so much. Steffa Cat. And then Linda, welcome. Yay. Well, welcome, Linda Sherry. Welcome to members. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I'm looking over. I'm like, where's my chat? It's gone. There's nothing there because I have it on the screen. All right. There it is. Thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you for all that you do. I like Skankinger. It's accurate. Yes. Yeah, it is. Would I get a dog too? I would. I absolutely would. I actually was going to get a dog back when I was hiking a lot because I really wanted to be able to take my dog out. It just never happened, but I do. I would definitely get a dog. I grew up with dogs. Before I had cats, I only had dogs. Shout out to Eric. Yes, shout out to Eric. Those hard times make us who we are. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we overcome a lot of things and it makes us who we are. We're a lot stronger for it. All right, guys. All right. This time for real. All right, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. And for my Patreon supporters, we have a live stream tomorrow. We have we have the producer one. So we're gonna start putting some things together, putting our storyboard together for the documentary for the introduction portion. So if you're on Patreon and you're listening to this, you'll see a post from me for our Patreon live stream tomorrow. And what else before I go? Friday, we have a live stream on the other channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks Live. Go ahead and join that channel if you want to talk about other things and, I don't know, do some movie reviews or whatever you guys want to talk about. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Love you all. And I'll see you next time. And of course, I'm going to leave you guys to some ASMR. Thank you guys.